What is happening, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Life of a Jobbing Plumber. Only 2 jobs in today, but 2 rather interesting jobs. Let me know what you think in the comments. Not going to ramble on with a long intro. I don't enjoy watching them, so probably other people don't. So let's get straight into it. This next job has featured on the channel before. I'm trying to block out the sun. E133 call out on a Baxi, no heating, no hot water, so it's obviously gone to lockout. My suspect is it's going to be condensate hose because it's a Geotech from what I remember, but we'll get in there and take a look. Let's see if my predictions are right. Never a good sign, is it? Before I even turn it on, let's see what it's like inside here. I bet you that condensate tube, because I can already see it's the grey one, is split. I'm trying to slow down the videos, as in the pace that I talk and do things. I know that's easier said than done when you're up against it working, but I feel it might be more enjoyable for you guys. This has been off since Sunday, by the way. It's now Wednesday, so that would have dried up, but you can see the staining. I bet you it's that. I think it's normal when you push on it, you can see the split, but I can't at the minute. Where does that condensate actually go to? Oh, nice, it runs uphill. Why are all them valves turned off? What the fucking hell is going on? Why is everything turned off? I think because they've had a leak, they've just panicked. Because the pressure's still fine. Now it goes to lockout because this plug ends up full of water, to which I bet it's dried itself out and actually might actually reset. That wasn't long enough though. Let's see what happens. We've got a demand. But who the hell fit this? But yeah, that plug ends up saturated with water because it sits on the deck like that. I mean, you can raise it up, but what's the point? It's there to serve a purpose. Well, it's not. It's there to serve the flame rectification, but it acts as like a safety device when this pipe at the back fails. This condensate pipe. I'm just going to whip it out. I'm not even going to bother testing it. That's going to be the fault. Right, so the easiest thing I find to do with this is you find your screwdriver, undo that off so the panel will drop down so you can get access to the bottom part of the pipe. Pull the diverter actuator off. Simple as that. Check that's not been weeping, it's not. And we're going to get access to that pin now. You can get easy access onto it, and that's the bottom part of it done. Spin that closer to us using these Nipex pliers. Disconnect our gas tube and little clear silicon tube at the back. Rectification, spark electrode, and earth cable. Take off these 4 nuts. I've just slackened them off, by the way. They weren't that slack, they weren't finger tight. And we'll unplug our fan. Oh, shit. You've got your speed and your power. That's why there's 2 cables. Your modulating. There's your I can't remember which is which. No, there's your modulation plug, and that's your power. Then watch the injector fall out. And there she goes. That is that out. Oh my god. That burner pad's not looking too clever, is it? I've never seen one break that bad. That's going to have to be remedial work. Oh. I don't actually know why it's gone like that. Right, now that's going to give us access, easy access, to get onto that clip. Try and be as gentle as I can with this so we can see where it's split. That's there. It's round the back. It's just got perished. Here's the new one. And there is the part number. You get one clip with it. You need to take one of the old clips off and your grommet. I always put my clips and grommet on first, and I normally do the bottom side. I can find the becking hole. I'm never very good at finding the hole, just ask the missus. Here we go. Leave that up there and get this bottom one back on. So that's the bottom side in now, just need to put the rubber grommet in. But we'll put our diverter valve actuator back on and its securing pin. We'll get the top side connected up. You don't need any lubricant on these. Clip up. The grommet's back in as well. When you're tightening up these 10mm nuts, make sure you go opposite. I've told you this before, but that one, then that one, that one. And that's just all back on. Don't forget your little silicone tube, that's normally something people forget. I'll let that fire up for a few minutes whilst I have my nice cappuccino. Also, that's where you said, I don't know if it's related, but the shower the week before wasn't getting hot. Now it's a bar mixer one, so first we'll test the basin, see if we're getting hot water there. If we are, we'll run the shower. Grab this at the back, this hot pipe. If that's getting red hot, then and the shower's producing cold water, then the thermostatic valve has failed inside there. But we'll let the heating run for 10 minutes beforehand. She's alive, baby. And dry, that's the most important thing. Right, I'm happy with that. So, let's give the bath a run and see what temperature the water comes out like there. Let's recognise demand. About 30 odd degrees, but just give it a minute. I reckon it's 62 at the boiler. Yeah, that is nice. You can probably see the steam coming off that. There's nothing up with that. Let's figure out which way around this is before it gets soaked. It's the rain one. In fact, no, we'll just leave it on the rain one. See what happens. Actually looks like something's leaking, but it's not. It's one of the spray patterns that's spraying over there. Terrible, that. Freezing. Looks like that's red hot though. That's got to be a part problem with this valve. Absolutely freezing cold. It's not even recognised demand now, hold on. That won't even turn. Oh, it's definitely a shower fault, isn't it? That's not working. That ain't working at all, no wonder. Anyway, new shower. That's what I'm going to get told. I'm not here to do that. I was here to fix this. Right, so unfortunately you're going to have a voiceover on this one. But we got called out to service this boiler, and apparently it's taken over an hour for the central heating to get warm. So I've already undone the case screws. I'm going to whip that off. Taking a quick visual of the boiler. It needs some pressure in it. That shouldn't be making a blind bit of difference, like. But we'll get that topped up to in the middle of the green triangle. And we'll work out how to use this thermostat. Centre brand one. Not something I'm familiar with, but there we go, that's on. I'll get our TPI temperature clamps out. These are wireless. I absolutely love these. They don't get used that often, but for commissioning, they do. And I connect to the TPI app. The app is free. You just have to buy the clamps themselves. Don't ask how much they are. I think they're about 90 quid each, maybe more. Yeah, something, I think they're 90 quid each. We'll get one on the flow and one on the return and just see what's going on with this temperature. Obviously I'm going to check what temperature the central heating thermostat is set to on the boiler. And I'm going to see how it's wired, just in case it's been wired to open firm or anything stupid like that. It's not my install, this. But no, they've just used the 240 thermostat connections as normal. So it has fired, and it is rising slowly, but about 15-degree temperature difference between the flow and return. It is quite slow, that, isn't it? Anyway, a few minutes later it's got up to 40, and then the customer decides to run the tap, as they always do when you're servicing the boiler. So it knocks central heating mode off. But just looking at this gas pipe, that 22mm coupling goes straight into a 15mm reducer. A little bit naughty. We'll see if we've got the correct gas pressures there. Right, so I'll clean out this filter, turn the heating off, and we'll see if this filter's choked up, in case that's causing some sort of restriction. Just get the grips and turn off the isolation valves. And I find if you open the bleed vent to release the pressure, this is a Monument bleed key, by the way. You can buy them now. I got it gifted at, well, everyone got them gifted at Installer Show that went last year. If you open that to release the pressure, you should be able to undo it via your hand. Just had to pause that for a coughing fit. I was still dying a death. Let's have a look at this. There's a fair few black chunks on there, but that ain't bad at all. It's probably not been flushed out, but that's not bad at all. Run it under the cold tap and just take off the sleeve. And it should all fall off like that. We'll give it a quick wipe down. And I always apply a little bit of silicone grease around the rubber O-ring at the top, because sometimes they have a habit of leaking, these AD Magna Cleans, this type. I think it just stops the O-ring grabbing the plastic and not seating very well. They are my preferred choice of filter, I'm not going to lie, just because it's easy to get chemicals in and stuff, and they are bang on, to be fair. Tighten up by the hand, and I've noticed somewhere in here is the actual spanner for it, so we'll nip it up properly, because again, I used to do them hand tight like that, and I'd like to think I've got a pretty strong grip, but sometimes they work the way loose, or so it would seem. I closed the bleed vent at the same time as opening the top of the filter, so that's already off. We'll open our isolation valves out now, and we'll just bleed any remaining air, but there shouldn't be anything really in there. That's all now full. Now I'm going to put my manometer on the gas valve connection, because in a minute I'm going to put it into maximum mode on service, and I want to see what gas pressures we're producing. So I'll come off that screen. I'm trying to search and find the manometer, and then I realise I haven't even turned it on. Dope! So standing pressure, we've got 22.73 millibar. We'll put it in service mode. Let it fire up in minimum. So we're getting 19.3 millibar on minimum. We'll turn it up to maximum. Maximum demand the boiler is ever going to have. And we're getting about 17.5 millibar, which is a little bit low, but not horrendously low. We're going to check this at the gas meter as well, but that's not going to cause the boiler to take an hour for the heating to get warm. I'm here to service the boiler as well, aren't I? So I thought I was going to fire up the analyzer. We'll be adjusting RCOs. Make sure they're within tolerance. I'm going to turn the temperature clamps back on as well, whilst in maximum mode, and see what the temperature difference is between the flow and return at the same time. As you can see there, we're on 26 degrees difference, which is quite a lot, to be honest. Our parts per million are quite high on this, but our CO is way under what it should be. So 7.9 I think there, and it should be on maximum 8.8 to 9.1 I think it is, but I'm going to get the book out now and point it out to you. I can never remember off the top of my head. So using a 2mm Allen key, 2.5mm Allen key on the gas valve. The book tells you all this. We're just adjusting anti-clockwise to get that within tolerance. And keep an eye on that parts per million there. These Baxis do run at high parts per million though, in this particular model. Don't know why, they just all seem to run quite high. At this point I'm going to have a feel of the radiators, see what they feel like. They are bouncing now. They are nice. So I don't know what their customer's problem is, to be honest, because I'm struggling so far to find out what's actually wrong with it. Turn the boiler down to minimum and we'll check what we're running at there, which is looking bang on. That doesn't need any adjustment at all. Happy days, mate. We've done with the manometer now, so we'll tighten up the test point and LDF spray it just to test it's not passing, because we've obviously disturbed that. I've also noticed the condensate pipe here, that elbow is leaking. The customer's not noticed that because it's obviously just dripping behind in the stud wall. The pipe works atrocious on this, but I suspect they had to deal with what they had to deal with. Let's go see where the condensate runs. This into the sink trap up there on a grey flexi. Well, at least it's got some fall on it. There's a little bit more involved in the service, but I'm not going to show you everything, because I don't want DIYs doing it themselves. So we're going to put the front cover back on, and next thing we're going to be doing is the air integrity test. Just need my analyzer to settle down before that though. You do this again by running it in maximum mode on the boiler. We're on 20.7 at the minute, but I've not let it properly purge. Ultimately, in the end, it ends up 20.9. But I'm not going to make you painstakingly watch all this. I think you see it go to 20.8, and that's your lot. Test the hot water, obviously, whilst we're here as well. Although the customer's not reported any issue with that, but I want to see if the plate's blocked or anything along them lines. Double check everything's working as it should be. Right, I can see the temperature on the probe. Yeah, I always have to put my hand under it to check the temperature. I do not know why. It's like I do not trust the probe, what it's telling me. So we've got 55 degrees at the tap there, and the boiler's pretty much stabilised, 69.5. And whilst we've been asked to look at this shower, which is constantly dripping. There you go, customers changed the shower head, and that's not fixed it. Shock horror. But it is a mirror, and although that's upside down, I don't know why it's upside down. Looks like that is a 415. I don't know what the writing says. I think it says CAM. I have no idea. So that wants a new cartridge in it. Shouldn't be too difficult. Just need to source an okay one and give them a price. Bet it's not cheap though. That's the only good thing about Myra though. No matter how old the shower is, you can always get replacement parts for it, and they are the best. So I hope it's not a backdrop. It's the bloody curtains in the front room. I hope you enjoyed that little episode with the customer, with the boiler taking an hour for the heating to come on. I'll report back as and when if there's any changes on that. I don't understand what, it was working fine for me. I guess it was pretty slow when it first started up, but it's under warranty, so I'm not too concerned. And the shower valve, I'm in the process of pricing it. It's a 415 combi force. I found it. I found the cartridge is about 90 quid. I don't think that's too bad at all. So we'll price to replace that, and that'll be seen on another episode. And yeah, a couple of Baxis in for this one. I am in Wigan though. Well, Chorley. It's Chorley/Wigan. I'm right on the border of both. And Baxi's factory is still in Bamber Bridge, which is Preston. Dead close to us, so everyone's heard of them around here, so they're really easy sell. They are a great boiler, but that's why you see a hell of a lot of Baxis on my channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like if you like it, and subscribe if you want to subscribe. I'm not going to force you. Still feeling like crap. Hopefully the next episode I'll be feeling a little bit better. Don't want any sympathy in the comments. I'm just advising you. You can probably hear by the way I'm speaking. Let me know if you've had it though, because if you've, it seems to be going round everywhere, and everyone I speak to is like, it's 4 weeks. It takes 4 weeks to go. I just wish you'd off right now.